Recording in progress. So, uh, it's time for another interview. Somebody who doesn't want to go on camera
No,
because
sir.
she's shy. Bev, you want to go on cam?
No, sir.
Okay, she doesn't want to go on cam. So the reason why we're interviewing this person who goes by the name of Beverly Fabian from Riyadh. Correct, Bev? Saudi
Yes,
Arabia.
sir.
Okay. It's because she just took her test last. When was it, Bev?
July 23, sir.
Okay. So more or less a month ago. Wait, I'm looking for your scores, Bev. There. Let's check out her scores. She scored A, band 7.5 in listening, and a band 6 in reading. Terrible.
Sir,
A
hindi
6
ko
point.
natapos yung exam.
You didn't
Nag-stop
finish
ako,
the
sir.
reading test?
Yeah, I stopped because I had a terrible headache during my exam in reading. So
Okay.
I took a rest. I stopped at, I think, 30. And hindi na ako tumuloy, sir, magsagot.
But was your reading test before your speaking test or was it after your speaking test?
Before my speaking test, sir.
Oh my God. So where did you rest?
I didn't rest actually, sir. I just had, I think, 30 minutes break after my exam. I
And then it
had,
was a speaking test already.
yeah, speaking exam. I need to report at around 1 a.m. because my speaking
Oh my
exam, sir,
God.
is 1:30.
Okay.
I just had my coffee break and then
You just had
proceed to
coffee.
this. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had breakfast before the test?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At least you had breakfast, right? So you're in the same venue as where John Mark is right now.
I'm not sure, sir, because for me, my venue
He is in the
was,
diplomat area.
no, sir. My exam was in Holiday Inn Hotel.
Okay. So there are many venues, even in Riyadh. Must be a big
Yes,
city.
sir.
Okay. And then her writing was a 6.5. And then her speaking was, damn, you didn't even perfect your speaking test. How disappointing. Like 8.5, terrible. Damn, you were just 0.5 away. I hate it. That's why we're interviewing Beverly because she scored an 8.5 in speaking. So Bev, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna ask for the list of questions. Do you still remember them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then I'm gonna spread it over all the GCs. And then secondly, I'm gonna simulate. We're gonna simulate. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, Bev. This is from Cambridge 5. You know, just a
Okay,
short
sir.
simulation. Let's see how you actually sounded like. Okay. So Bev, tell us a little about yourself first.
Nervous na
Beverly
ako, sir.
Fabian. Sige, you are in another IELTS exam. Yes.
Okay, sir. I'm Beverly Fabian. I work as an operating room nurse here in Riyadh. I've been working for 8 years now. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
34 years old, single.
Mhm. Single and ready to mingle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you are for the US, correct, Bev?
Yes, sir.
Is this the first IELTS you've ever taken?
No, sir. I took IELTS way back 2016. I think it's
Mhm.
for
Canada. Let
the
me guess. Canada.
no, sorry. It's for the
Mhm.
bridging program in Australia that time.
Oh, I see.
But I got a low score in writing. I only got 6.
And what you needed was a 7, correct?
Yeah, sir. Should be a 7 all in all
Okay.
sub test.
Yeah, it's tough in Australia, and then you have to pay for the bridging program. No thanks. And what was your
Yeah.
speaking then?
I got 7, sir,
A
in
7.
my
Okay,
speaking. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Whoa, she really is a good talker. Okay. And then from 7, you jump to 8.5. Okay. And then, Bev, just a few details about your exam itself. So, your examiner, what was he like? Your exams were at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you just had coffee. You just had coffee, Bev?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, so your examiner, what did he look like?
She's a pretty girl, sir. I think she's British.
Okay.
Because
Like
she's not
Caucasian.
wearing, yeah. And she has, I can say that she has a resting bitch face. She's not even smiling, sir. Even I'm answering with a smile. She didn't even
Mm-hmm.
smile. But on my part
Mm-hmm.
3, I was able
Mm-hmm.
to make her smile.
Oh, really? Oh, you made a
Yes, sir.
resting bitch face smile. A resting bitch face. Okay. And was she younger or older, middle age?
I think mid 40s.
Okay, something like that. All right.
Yes, sir.
What did you feel at the start? Were you intimidated?
No, sir. I wasn't intimidated in
Okay.
my part 1, but in my part 3, sir, that's the time I got
Okay.
nervous and
All
tense.
right. All right. We'll go through that later. And by this time, your headache was gone.
No, sir.
It was pounding.
I Yeah, I still have a headache during my exam. That's why I regret to take the exam at the same time.
Okay. Did you take something for that headache? No.
No, sir, because I
Okay.
forgot my meds. I plan
Mm.
to take paracetamol before my
Mm-hmm.
exam, but I forgot. Because
Okay.
when I had my practice during the reading exam, I had the same
Mm-hmm.
experience. But
Oh, okay. But you forgot.
yeah, but I forgot.
Isn't there a convenience store where you can buy medicines? There's none.
None, sir.
Really? There's no sari-sari store.
No.
Nothing of that sort. Okay. All right. So, Bev, let's just list all the part 1 questions. Of course, it began with, could you tell me your name, right?
Yes, sir.
And then what
Tell
happened after that?
me. And then after that, she asked me. Actually, sir, the questions was all in the app. She asked
Okay.
me about, do
You
you
mean
work or
all the way up to part 3?
yes, sir. But in part 3, there is one
There were
question. There was
follow-ups.
one
I
question.
see.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
that
remember you were
that
telling
in
me
the
that.
app. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yay,
She
you
asked
were all in
me
the app.
about,
Mhm.
what do you call it? Do you work or are you a student? She asked
Okay.
me, and then after that, it's do you like your job?
Mhm.
And
Let me
after,
guess. The next one is, what is it that you dislike about your job?
no, sir.
No. Okay.
She asked me about, do you like morning or evening?
Okay.
So that's the time I was able to use the vocabs in quiet place.
Oh, okay. Can you outline those vocabs that you used? A
Like
quiet
I
place.
said during the
Serene,
exam. No,
tranquil,
sir. Contemplate, reflect,
contemplate, reflect, recharge my
rejuvenate,
bat.
and recharge my batteries.
Oh my God.
Because
You
that's
didn't
our plan,
mention
sir.
touch
Ma'am
base with
Rani.
my soul.
No, sir. I
Oh.
wasn't able to mention that.
Oh, you were drilling that with Rai.
Yeah, Ma'am Rai, Ma'am
Okay.
Karen, and we planned that
You
we
were
should
drilling with Karen.
yes, sir. We need to
Oh my
include
God.
the vocabs of quiet place during the exam.
Can you imagine she was drilling with Karen who was a band 8 and Rai was a band 7? Damn. Okay. And then she was
And
drilling with these
then
people.
and then she asked me about, do you like do you like sports when you were young?
Okay.
And then what else? I for-
It was all about
should
sports.
yes, sir. And then should children
Mhm,
participate in sports? I think that's
mhm,
the last. I know there was. Do you like computers also, sir? Computers.
mhm. Did you like
And
computers?
how computer change your life?
Okay. You were
That
ready with all these questions.
yes, sir. That's the last question. And then part two is
Mhm.
all about competition.
Okay. A competition that you would like to participate in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you mention?
I answered Mobile Legend International Tournament.
Oh my God. She plays
No,
ML. Okay.
because during my practice, sir, my mock here in, I used to answer beauty pageant, but I wasn't able
Mhm,
to finish 2 minutes. That's
mhm,
why during the exam I changed my mind. So I
mhm.
chose Mobile Legend because before
Okay.
my exam I played Mobile Legend before
Okay.
while waiting for my turn. So
She
that's the
chose to play
reason
Mobile
why
Legends.
I
She chose to play
answered.
Mobile Legends than rather than having a proper lunch. Okay. Our enemy has destroyed a turret. Mega kill. Okay. All right. So
And
Mobile
then
Legends
for
is a game that you can pause anytime.
sir,
Forgive my ignorance. Mobile Legends is a game that you can pause anytime.
no sir, you need to finish once you start.
Really?
Yes sir.
Okay. What happens if you stop it? You're gonna lose.
Yes, you're gonna lose and
Okay.
then they gonna band you, your teammates. And you, I think for how many hours you will be banned if you're
Okay. How long does a game run for?
it depends, sir, as long as you're able to what do you call this? Attack
It
all the
can
opponent.
run, okay, as short as what?
I think
30
30
minutes.
minutes. Yes, sir.
Okay, I see. All right, so that was no problem. You were able to finish the 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. I finished 2 minutes. But
Okay.
I think
Wait,
I wasn't able to answer all the bullets because she has follow-up question. Like,
what was the follow-up?
do you know someone who's playing this game?
Okay.
I who participated
Yeah,
in an international competition.
yeah, like
I
practically
think
everybody I know. What did you answer to this?
I answered yes, my brother, because he was very excellent in playing this game. I said so. So
Okay.
okay. And then
Mhm.
she asked me now the part three question.
Babe, your examiner was a girl?
Yes, sir.
Okay, she.
She
Pronouns are back. She. All right. Okay. And then part three.
part three, sir, she asked me what kinds of jobs need to be competitive.
Oh my God, man. I mean,
So
I'm tired of
I-
this question.
yeah.
Okay. I can
But
tell you 10 kinds of jobs, Mr. Examiner. How much time do you have?
but I
Okay.
said, sir, all jobs. I think
All
all jobs
jobs.
we need to be competitive. Should be
Okay.
competitive. I said right from the start. When you apply
Okay.
for a position, you need to sell yourself. Like you need to tell all your good qualities in order for you to be hired because everyone
Mhm.
is buying for that position like that.
I
And then she has a follow-up question. She has a question that
Mhm.
um do you think competition is important at workplace? She asked
Okay.
me and then I said yes, definitely because it will um open up their full abilities and full potentials. I said, and then that's the time I got nervous, sir, because she has a follow-up question, how they can unlock their full potentials, which
Okay.
I'm not prepared. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
used to after the question, if after I answer the question, another
Another question will come up.
another question, but she has a lot of follow-ups. That's
Follow.
why I cannot speak, sir. On my part three, I got tense and nervous. I have the
Mm-hmm.
ideas, but I cannot talk. That's
Okay.
why I said, oh my God, I feel tense and nervous. Can you just please give me a minute? I said. And
With
then
this
I
was wait. This was for the question on how can people unlock their full potential.
unlock their potentials.
Okay.
That's why I huminga ako, sir, ng malalim 2 beses. And then
Okay.
after that, okay, going back to the
Wait.
question.
You know that's an important part of the test, guys. I want her to repeat that. What did you say exactly? Oh my God.
I said, oh my God, I feel tense and nervous. Can you just please give me a minute? I said. And
Okay.
then huminga ako, sir, ng malalim 2 beses. And
All right.
then I said, okay, going back to the question. And then she
Okay.
laughed. She smiled, sir.
Oh, you made her smile.
Yeah, I made her smile during that time.
Okay.
So I answered the question. And after that,
You took a deep breath, 2 deep breaths.
yes, sir. I
Okay.
think that's the reason why she
Guys.
gave me 8.5.
Yeah, you were a real person. Guys, see, I told you. I keep saying, I keep saying. Okay, for everybody who doesn't believe. Okay. Anyway, but how did you answer that question? Do you remember?
Yes, sir. Like for healthcare professionals, I said, sir, that since they are dealing with lives every day, they need to be competitive. They need to
Mhm,
bring out their full potentials when caring their patients.
mhm,
And aside from that, I said there are open they are opening for promotion, like for managerial positions.
mhm.
So, and definitely everyone doesn't want to be stagnant in a lower position. So we need to be competitive. Like we need to leverage our education, like having our master's degrees, like that, sir.
I'm typing
So,
all of those two words.
mm.
Leverage. Okay.
And then she's not yet, I think, not contented with my answer.
Hmm.
Aside,
What did
and
you
then
say?
she asked me again, aside from healthcare professionals, what other jobs? So still, I feel nervous. But I
Okay.
said those sports personalities, like for example,
Yeah,
Kobe
we had
Bryant.
a lot of answers for this, right? It was a list, right? A very long list.
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
I
You
ran
couldn't
out of,
remember.
and then I said Kobe Bryant. I gave Kobe Bryant as an example
Okay.
in
Wait.
order for
You answered.
healthcare
You answered,
professional.
and
And
then
then she asked, after my answer, she asked me, aside from healthcare professionals, what other
what other
jobs
jobs
or
require
professions?
people mhm, require
I
people to be
said those,
competitive, and then you said
yeah,
sports.
sports personalities, like for
Mhm,
example, Kobe Bryant, like that. He
mhm.
needs to bring out his full potential, like having a self-discipline, motivation to practice every day in order for him to maintain his name as the most valuable player in basketball. I said,
Mhm.
sir.
Okay, so nice.
So, and then
You
why
are aware
parents,
that Bev,
sir?
you are aware that Kobe Bryant is dead, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I can remember anyone, sir. Only Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
That's
I was just teasing you, Bev.
and then
Okay.
my last question was, why parents not allowing their kids in a competition?
Oh my God, this is the question,
The
the
question of
writing
John
question of
Martin
John
essay.
Mark.
Yes, sir.
Mm. Okay. Why do some parents not allow their children to
Children
take part in
in a
competitions? Okay.
competition.
Sige. How did you answer this, Bev, if you remember?
I think I said the main reason is that they don't want their kids to feel unhappy
Okay.
because joining in a competition, if you lose, definitely it's kind of degrading. And aside from that, they also consider the medical condition of their kids because there are sports nowadays that are not suitable for their kids. I think that's my answer, sir.
Okay. All right. It's a good thing you
Just
were able to answer these, right, Bev?
sir?
These were out of the box questions, right?
Yes, sir. It's not in the application. That's why I think
Mm,
this one is the. And there's
okay.
one follow-up question. So
Hmm.
children should participate in sports in a school. I think like that.
Okay.
It should incorporate sports activities at school.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my last question. That's the follow-up question for that. I answered yes, definitely, because they need to learn how to interact with other people. They need to socialize, and it is beneficial for their future endeavors. I think that's my answer. So, because sooner or later, when they grow up, they need to deal with other people. So it's very important to participate in sports at school at a young age to train them for their future plans, I think, or goals. I think that's my
Okay.
answer. I'm not sure. I
All right.
forgot na. But that's the thought, sir.
All right. Bev, in the part one questions, these familiar questions, you had vocabularies for them as well.
Yes, sir. Especially in
Okay.
do you like morning or evening? I incorporated the
Contemplate, reflect,
uh, uh,
rejuvenate. Okay.
yes, sir. I answered. I think it doesn't matter actually because during the day, that's the time I feel energetic, where I
Mhm.
can accomplish all the tasks that are assigned to me. While after a tiring day, that's the time I stayed in my room. Where I feel undisturbed. That's the time I rejuvenate and recharge my
Okay.
batteries. That
All
one.
right. Okay. Then,
And
do
I
you
use
remember
also
some
bread
of
and
the
butter. Bread and
bread and
butter.
butter for
Yeah.
the do you work
For the do
or
you
are
work
you?
or are you
Okay.
student?
Okay. Then I makes me wanna eat bread. I wanna eat bread. I'm gonna toast some bread. And then what about? Can you
Do
imagine
you,
your part one questions were also about sports, Bev?
yes, sir. Do you like sports when you were young? I said yes,
Okay.
definitely. Because I'm one of the champions in table tennis way back when I was in high school, I said.
Is that a true
"Eh,
story?
yes, sir. I
Okay.
played table tennis, sir.
Wow. And then should children put any vocabs for these? And then computers, how have computers changed your life?
Computers, burgeoning of technology, sir. I use the
Okay.
vocabs of Sir Shanong. Thank you, Sir
Mhm.
Shanong,
Thank you, Sir Shannon, if you're listening.
for
And
the
then,
burgeoning of
yeah,
technology.
that one
So
came from him. The hustle and bustle, I remember it first from Rai. I don't know if it was her who.
I used also the bombarded, sir, from Ma'am Karen. Thank you, Ma'am Karen.
Thank you, Mom Karen. But
From
it,
and it's been ages. It's been ages that I didn't play. I use also that idiom, sir. It's
this
been
is for the
ages since the last
sports.
time. Yeah, yes, sir.
Mhm. Okay. And somebody else would say, like, it was many moons ago. Whoa,
Yeah.
so nice.
And
Many
in my
moons
part
ago.
two,
Mhm.
I used the hefty amount of money. Thank you, Ma'am Rai.
Okay. Thank you, Rai. Si Rai medyo, she should have had her, but she already passed it. So I understand why they wouldn't. Si Rai, ang lupit din ng vocabs nun eh. If you're listening, Rai,
She's with us, sir,
Anyway,
last night. She's the one
no.
asking question last night, Ma'am Rai. Ma'am Rai,
Oh, she
Ma'am Car.
was? She was there?
Yeah, she's with us. Yeah, last night.
Oh, oh my God, guys. Hey, Bev, if they're in the bubbles, could you like buzz me because I'm gonna spread it around. Like I'm gonna say, guys, these two dream
Okay,
catchers
sir.
are in the bubbles. Something like that. Okay.
Because we have group chat, sir, and let's that's why we're having conversation sometimes. So if
Yeah, let me
one
know
will,
so that
yes, sir.
I can spread the word around because when people hear that there's a dream catcher in the bubble, they really want to listen in. What else
Yes, sir.
there for the part two?
Part two, I think
Vocabs. Hefty.
vocal, hefty
Hefty amount
amount
of.
of money.
Mhm.
And I think the rest were basic words na, sir, in part two.
Okay.
I
All
need,
right.
and
So nice. This is so helpful. We're gonna spread this in the GCs, particularly for the close groupers. Okay. Bev, you took the computer delivered.
no, sir, paper based.
What? Why?
Paper based, sir, because when I tried my reading exam in computer based, I had my terrible headache. That's the reason why. Parang naduduling ako, sir, na I
Mm,
think I need eyeglasses na.
okay.
Naduduling ako at sumasakit talaga, sir, ang ulo ko pag sa
I
computer.
see.
Even
Okay.
sa paper
Yeah,
based
you might
naman, sir.
need glasses to keep you from the blue light or whatever.
So I
No.
chose paper based, sir.
Okay. Wait, you chose paper based, so your examiner was in the venue, or it was
Yes,
still a
sir.
video call?
Face to
Oh,
face,
she
sir.
was there right in front of you.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's so nice. Did you talk with your mask on?
I removed my mask, sir,
They
so
allowed
that
it?
he can see me smiling. Yes, sir.
I see. Okay. All right. Sige. Anything you'd like to add, Bev, before we go into the simulation? Ah, he.
Sir, wala na. Parang
Wala na. Okay.
wala na. Sir, kinakabahan
Sige.
na ako. Yung tenses ko, sir.
No, just relax. Okay. May tenses, may past tenses are back.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Don't worry, Bev. We will just simulate. Okay. So, recording stopped. See, we're not on recording anymore. Did you hear that? Recording stopped. So, Bev, for this first part, I would just like to ask you a few questions about yourself. Let's talk about your country. Which part of your country do most people live in?
I think based on my observation, they are most staying in a metropolis because of the opportunity they have in the city
Okay.
compared to the countryside.
All right. Could you tell me about some of the industries your country is known for?
Hello, sir. Ang
Yeah.
hirap naman ng oh my God, that's a difficult question.
Let me take a
Let
deep
me
breath.
think. Industries?
Industries.
What?
Yeah. Go.
I think the main
We're gonna
uh
take back your bad 8.5.
oh my God. Philippines is well known to be in as a business center, I think, because every now and then there are people who are coming in and out just to trade. So I think that's one. Sir, bakit ang hirap ng tanong mo?
Yun yung nasa ano eh, nasa Cambridge 5 eh. And then,
Yes, sir.
is there any other industry you can think of?
Um, ano pa ba? Sir, babawiin ang 8.5 ko,
We're gonna
sir.
take back your 8.5. It's gonna be a band 5.8.
Band, ano ba yan? Ano pa
5.8.
ba, sir? Uh,
Try.
Other industries?
Cheat. Go.
I can't think of any other industry. Well, I think, wait, sir. Ano ba yan?
Go, Bev. Use your cheats.
Um, Sir, pinahirapan mo ko, sir.
You just tell me that you can't think of anything at the moment.
I'm sorry, examiner, but I cannot think any industry at the moment. So can you just jump into the next question?
Okay. All right. For all the questions, ganun na. I'm sorry, I cannot think of an answer to that as well. So can we proceed to the next question? And then the next question comes around. Again, that's another question I cannot think of an answer. So can you proceed to the next question?
Sir, ano ba? Industry.
That's okay. That was just a follow-up. Uy, agricultural kaya? Agricultural industry.
Yeah,
The
agricultural industry,
BPO industry.
BPO.
The tourism
Okay, okay,
industry.
sir, I will answer. Due to the burgeoning
Okay.
of technology,
Okay,
you
go.
gave me an idea.
I love this interview.
Okay,
Okay, go.
so since you gave me an idea, so due to the burgeoning and advancement of technology, I think BPO companies, BPO industry is one because of the competitive
What's that?
salary.
BPO.
Business, ano
Is
ba
that a
yun?
bank? Like we find ways?
No,
Oh
it's a
no, I'm sorry. That's
business
BDO.
outsourcing. Churva. I, it's an call center industry.
business business process
Sir,
outsourcing.
business process outsourcing, sir. Nahihiya na ako.
No,
Business
that's
process
okay. We're just having
outsourcing.
fun. Okay.
Business sourcing. I'm
Process.
sorry. Business
Process.
process outsourcing because they provide a competitive salary. And aside
Okay.
from that, they give perks, benefits to their employees.
Could you cite some examples of these perks?
Oh my God, you have a lot of followers. I think free travel. I'm not sure,
Okay.
sir, because I'm not working in a BPO companies, but I think they have the health insurance
Mhm.
benefit, and aside from that, they can travel with
Yeah, like
for
Rai,
free.
right?
I think,
Like
sir,
Rai,
that's
she gets a. I think I asked that question with Rai, how big her insurance coverage is. Since you mentioned traveling, wait, Bev, you didn't mention the health industry. Oh, health
health
industry.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so since you mentioned traveling, how easy is it to travel around your country?
Well, if you have an hefty amount of money, it's very
Mhm.
easy. You can avail, you can travel through plane or by car if you want. It
Uh,
depends on you. It depends on your preferences. As long as you have the means and you have the
okay.
money, you can travel anytime and anywhere you want.
Okay. And then finally, for part one, would you say your country has changed much since you were a child?
Yes, definitely. Because way back when I was a child, uh, especially growing up in a countryside, life there is very simple. Wherein nowadays, due to the advancement of technology, you can do a lot of things. And aside from that, the infrastructures, there are a lot now. There are restaurants. So I think it really changed tremendously.
Okay. Now, I would like you to talk about the topic.
Oh my
Before
God.
you talk, you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. On your table is a pen and paper for you to write notes in. And you can see your topic in your messenger. Do you have any questions, Pepperly?
Ano yan, sir? Describe a well-known person you like or
That's
admire.
in Cambridge 5. Easy peasy.
Okay, okay, sir.
All right. Do we need the 1 minute? No, we don't need the 1 minute. She scored 8.5. Why will we give her the 1 minute?
Ano?
Let's jump to the 2 minutes.
Nape-pressure
Go.
na ako, sir.
Oh, because you scored 8.5. You deserve to be pressured. So, Remember, you have 2 minutes for this.
Describe
So
a well.
don't worry if I stop you in the middle of your story. Time starts now.
Okay, I've known a lot of people who are very famous in my country, but today I'm going to talk about the legendary Manny Pacquiao. He is one of the world's boxing champion, and he is the reason why Philippines became the most Philippines became well known in terms of sports. I was very amazed of what he became because he started from rags to riches because of his perseverance and determination to achieve his goals in life. He had the discipline and motivation to do practice every day in order to win the game. And aside from that, he entered into politics wherein he was elected to be as one of the governor one of the governors, and he has a lot of projects, and I got so stunned because of what he did to the people, wherein he formulated um, foundations to help the underprivileged individuals. And aside from that, um, he organized he donated well equipped he also he donated high equipments to healthcare facilities in order for us to deliver a good quality healthcare. In addition to that, he has the scholarship programs to support the children who wasn't able to afford higher quality education. And
Thank you,
aside from
Bev.
that,
That's two
sir,
minutes.
ang hirap.
Do you think that you will continue to admire this person in the future?
Yes, definitely, because of the support he gave to the Philippines. And I think I can say that he was the living proof that poverty is not the hindrance to success. So he will motivate a lot of people, especially Filipinos, in order for them to attain their goals in life.
Okay. That was so nice. That sounded like you were ready for that. Okay. So, Beverly, we've been talking about a famous person that you like or admire. And I just like to ask you a few more questions about it. So, let's talk
Okay.
about famous people. What kind of people become famous these days?
Um, well, I can say that people became famous because they have the money. I think they have the power, especially one good example is that those politicians, since they are holding a power and money, they are being known worldwide. So I think that's the reason you have the money and the power in order for
Okay.
you to be famous.
Do you think this was different from famous people? Do you think this is different from people who were famous in the past?
I don't think so because in the past, still the politicians are very popular. So I think even nowadays, those kinds of personalities are still popular. So I think as long as you have, as I said a while ago, as long as you have the money and the power, you will maintain your name all throughout.
Okay.
And it is passed from generation to generation.
So people who have no money or power have no chance of being famous?
Um, if they don't have the money, they will never be recognized. But
Mhm.
once they, like for example, Manny Pacquiao at first, he was
Okay.
not being recognized. But because he has the perseverance, he became famous when he won a lot, when he won a lot, and he became famous because he has now a lot of money and he helped other people. So I think that's the reason why he is famous nowadays. Ano ba
Okay.
yun?
That's okay. We're just having fun. Bev,
Babawiin ang 8.5 ko, sir.
yeah, your grade has now dropped to a bad 5.8 from 8.5. You will receive a new TRF indicating your grade to
Oh
be
my
at 5.
God, sir.
We will invert the 8.5. Okay. And then, Beverly, just a few more questions. What do you think are the good things about being famous?
Well, there are a lot. Like, you can influence and motivate other people. Like, they can follow what you did in order for you to become famous. Like, for example, Manny Pacquiao. Like, for example, Manny Pacquiao. He is very famous nowadays. So even a lot of people are doing their best, unlock their full potentials in order for them to attain their goals.
Okay. Manny Pacquiao, I hope you hear this interview. Okay. Are there any disadvantages that you can think of?
I think the disadvantages. I think one of the disadvantages is that some famous individuals, they tend to um, influence other people, especially youngsters. Like,
Mm.
the celebrities, they need to like follow the trends nowadays, like having an iPhone, having a trendy clothes. So um youngsters, they are easily get influenced to those kinds of people. So I think that's one of the disadvantage, because they trying to imitate those kinds of individuals even they cannot afford.
Okay. And do you think media treats famous people differently from other people?
I think yes. Like, they giving more attention to those um people. Ano daw?
Mm-hmm. Media.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, they are making they prioritize those celebrities compared to those underprivileged individuals. Like, there are media nowadays, during the election, like, some media are uh, announcing fake news about um, Marcos. Like, they are disseminating information because they are on the other side of the ano tawag dito, sir? On the other side of the, sir, tama na.
Uh, on the other side of the aisle, I think is the right word for that. On the other side
Yeah,
of the aisle.
other side of the aisle. Okay, sir.
Aisle. And finally, uh, why do you think ordinary people are so interested in the lives of famous people?
Well, because based on my experience, I'm so interested, because I really wanted to know how they started, how they did to become famous. Because I think all of us, we really wanted to be famous, and we wanted to be well known. So we need a stepping stone, or we need a guidance, or I think um we need to know about the steps they did to attain the pinnacle of success. So I think that's the main reason.
Okay. The pinnacle of success. So, guys, Beverly still has a lot of her vocabulary. It's still with her, the vocabularies that she has been building on throughout the bubbles, and the same vocabularies that she's been hearing from her fellow dream catchers. Like underprivileged or prioritize or unlock their full potential, to influence and motivate, or perseverance. Poverty is not a hindrance to success. Underprivileged, having the means, of course, hefty has always been there. Competitive salaries, perks, coming in and out. Where did you mention coming in and out? Ah, yeah, we were talking about
That's right.
how easy it is to travel
Mhm.
in your country. So coming in and out. And then metropolis instead of cities, metropolis. So I guess that's the reason why we continue to work on the vocabs, guys, because the vocabs can, what's the word for it? It can compensate for
Yeah,
some
the ground.
language deficiencies. In fact, there was an interview just earlier with an Iranian who scored a band 7. She also had uh, some systemic language errors. But in the case of Bev, guys, she was better before because she was in the heat of it, right? She was really pounding on her past tenses. And then yung one of the Bev, that was a problem today. Pero before she was
Yeah.
better because she was fresh from the drills. That's why I'm sure that's why she scored 8.5, because she was fresh from those intensive nightly drilling that she was doing there. So I guess it's unfair to her that we interviewed her a
Yes,
month
sir.
after
Mababash
her
ako,
back
sir.
8.5. Hindi ka
Mababash ako.
mababash.
Babawiin
Yeah.
nila sir yung grade kong 8.5.
Oo nga eh. Maririnig ng British Council, and then I'm gonna get an email. And then you're gonna
Sabihin,
get an
oh my
email.
God, we had a
Sabi
wrong
nila,
decision.
this is to officially inform you that after having listened to your recording, we
Well,
we would like,
well, I will send the recordings to Manny Pacquiao, sir. Maybe
yeah, you send the recording to Manny Pacquiao, maybe he will post
he
it
will
in his
give me.
YouTube channel. Yeah, and then so that we're gonna get some likes and subscriptions. Okay. Beverly, is there any final tip you'd like to give everybody? Go give them that tip that you,
I think
what did you
you
do to
don't.
score this magnificent score? What did you
I
do? It was a drill. It was a midnight.
it was the midnight bubble, sir.
Mm.
And during the exam, you need to smile and don't be too formal. You need to be the best Marites as you want. Like you're just
The best my test.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like giving chismis to your friend like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think I was
What
not
about the bubbles? How did
formal.
you find time for that?
Bob was very helpful, sir. The midnight, especially the midnight, because
Mm-hmm.
during that time we're sharing ideas, vocabs. So if
Okay.
we and as giving and sharing ideas, sir, and then we um incorporate all of the ideas to our answers. Like Ma'am Karen has different ideas,
Mm,
Ma'am Rai, Ma'am Sheng,
I
like
see.
that, Ma'am
You wrote
Camille.
down these ideas and vocabs. You wrote them down.
Sir, for me, no, I don't have a note. But
Mm-hmm.
I
You
still
just remember
remember
them.
the kinds of vocabs, sir. Every time we had the midnight,
Mm-hmm.
we used to use those vocabs, sir. And if there's new vocab from Ma'am Rai and Ma'am Karen, we're trying to incorporate in our answer, sir. And
Okay.
that's our plan, really. The quiet place. Every question we try to incorporate the vocabs of the quiet place, and we even practice, sir, before our exam.
The the famous quiet place. Oh, you practice
Yeah.
before your exam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the night before.
Uh no, sir, I wasn't able to join the night before.
Mhm,
But a week before my exam, we usually
mhm.
practice
Okay. All right. How did you find time for the
with
bubbles,
open
Beth?
cam, sir.
With open cam. Okay.
With
All right. How did you find time for the bubbles?
after my duty, sir,
Okay.
I need to join the bubble.
All right.
Even
So
though
it was.
I will just listen to them as long
Mhm.
as I'm listening, like, and
You just
if I
started by
have,
listening.
yeah, sir. I started by listening, and then after that, I tried to speak
Uh-huh.
to conquer my fear.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It took you some time, right? And then you slowly joined the bubbles, and then you were just listening at first, and then eventually you were already talking. There.
Yes,
Simple
sir.
as that. I see. So nice, Bev. Bev, hold on.
Sir.
I'm sure people have questions, so we're gonna keep that out of the recording. Hold on, Bev. I'm just ending the recording.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hold on.